Hello, what is going on, YouTubers? So tonight I just feel like talking about deep web. It's I suppose I have wanted and been planning to make this video for quite some time. So as a result, I would like to take this precious opportunity, and by giving you guys a somewhat brief and concise overview about how to get into deep web and access something useful and acquire certain information, or to say certain types of sorts of intels you might need in order to make your in order to expand or make your business undertaking grow. Yeah. So first of all, I I in fact got into deep web since I was a boy. Since I'm still kind of a boy, even on the present day, at the present time. Since I still tend to do some foolish things like fapping and as Uncle Coach Red Pill has pointed out in his videos, young men have legitimate grievances, and we tend as men, even no matter the age, we tend to waste our time on foolishness. So yeah, it's quite natural. When you get lonely, when you have when you run short on friends. So yes, I first of all I accessed my history with accessing deep web can date back nearly nearly 20 years ago. I kind of as some of you guys might have well known, I consider myself a necrophile. Or at least I have such sort of sexual fantasies, and therefore I when I was like 10 or 11 or 12, or actually a little bit old, maybe a little bit older than that. Yes, I'd say 12 or 13. I kind of began to get obsessed with accessing texts materials pertaining to necrophilia. Some novels there, and I checked. I accessed some forums there, and by searching on Google, on Baidu, and then I got myself quite entangled with that, and then I got to know lots of sites. So I'm not sure if if Google can also index or crawl images on Flickr, but yes, my history with Flickr, it also dates back quite some time ago. I'd say maybe it dates back maybe 10 or 15 years ago. Yes, I got to know Flickr also quite early. During the old days while I was in Singapore, attempting to wrap up my A levels, and fortunately, I somehow managed to succeed in getting, in graduating, from my GCE A levels, from my from my high school. So yes, I do. Well, I certainly I certainly didn't drop out from my high school. Yes, but I did drop out from my uni, which was the University of Sydney. And more specifically, I dropped out from. I involuntarily dropped out or got my sorry ass kicked out from Bachelor of Chemical and Biomolecular Engineering, yeah, to be more accurate. And then so far at this point, yes, you can conclude that a Flickr is some a Flickr.com actually falls within the within the range or the realm of deep web. And then there are some other sites you can you may use to go even deeper into the interweb. You can visit sites like startpage.com, for example, to search for certain keywords, so far as startpage.com claims that you can do so anonymously, but I kind of still doubt if they actually store or disseminate your search, the keywords you typed, the keywords you searched, and your search histories, and sometimes I also suspect that they sell your data to unauthorized third parties, and even they just they might be still disseminating your your search data, your search history, your preferences somewhere online out in the open, but you just don't know. And that's why I also reckon that equipping yourself with a technique or two about deep web searching matters vitally to those who wish to pursue a degree or a course in cyber security. Yes, in fact, I wouldn't I don't suppose I would mention or make how to scratch the surface of deep web, or I wouldn't have mentioned deep web at all if one of my most beloved subscribers or viewers hadn't mentioned attempt a degree, go and study cyber security, as a comment on a video of mine that I produced and uploaded to YouTube not so long ago. Yes. So yes, on start page you can search for various kinds of information, like first of all porno, and sometimes you can also get some links to certain Facebook groups, and yes, and most importantly, I I frequently use startpage.com to search for some numbers in a specific country or region to cold call to. Since it falls within the range of my duties, to cold call certain parties or certain business entities, or certain people that I reckon might show interest in the products or services our company are providing, to the global market, So yeah, and there is another thing I suppose I need to mention. Yes, by searching, by accessing startpage.com, you will also, start page, search website might also lead you to a bunch of discussion groups, that I consider to be, the technological analogs, to some forums like Reddit, some threads in Reddit, some threads at reddit.com, and yes, also some links to some Telegram groups, and for those who got themselves involved in the field of tech, especially in particular, programming, JavaScript, Python, blah blah blah. There are plenty of groups, there, that you can join, free of charge, and you might be able to get in touch with some true masters of programming, of online entrepreneurship, and yes, you might even be able to, it might even lead you to some hardcore porno sites or discussion groups on Telegram. Even on Flickr, it contains multitudes after multitudes of not for safe, for work type of contents, and that's why I am in no ways, I am in no ways, by no means, in encouraging you, to indulge yourselves in those things, or just be a hardcore consumer of hardcore porno, or something, such as fapping to autopsy photos of dead female human individuals. But well, maybe once in a while, it wouldn't hurt. Well, at least it wouldn't hurt you physically that much, so long as it doesn't cost you that much of time nor energy. But yes, it will certainly hurt. It will certainly harm you very badly. It will certainly bring it will certainly make you fall victim of multitudes of mental detriments. More than what you can imagine. Just take a good look at me. See if you can tell on whether I consume, that sort of shite that so frequently. Just try to look at me into my eyes. Or what do you guys reckon? How much hardcore heterosexual porno do you perceive that I tend to consume on a daily or weekly or monthly basis. Yes, but you know, it's well, it's I hope well, such line of saying that doesn't make you perceive this particular filming session way too sarcastic. But you know, it is not my intent, you know, to make you to make you feel that you are currently watching someone sarcastic or you know, or you know, a video with the main, you know, theme with you know, with a particular video with you know, its main topic, you know, which is characterized by, you know, lots of sarcasms. But yes, it's I just like to kind of you know, review some of my, you know, dirty little secrets to you guys. So yes, other than, you know, startpage.com, Telegram, and Flickr, what else can you know, where else can you go to access the deep web? Well, in fact, every time, well, if you do happen to be a student, especially a uni student, you are pretty much accessing the deep web on a daily, even hourly basis, since you need to log into your you know, to something like a, you know, e-learning portal, or you know, or you know, or you know, some sort of my uni account. Yes, in order to access your course materials, like, you know, your lecture slides, and you know, the lectures recordings. And yes, sometimes, you know, or I should say most of the times, your tutorial sheets that, you know, that correspond to, you know, to each and every of, you know, every of the units of studies, you know, you have chosen to attempt respectively. Yeah. So yes, so I suppose, you know, this video should have served its purpose. Its its main purpose of demystifying, you know, the basic content of the deep web. But I'm in no wise in encouraging you to access the, you know, the dark web. Nope. Yes, but you can still get certain privileged, well, but I'm not saying, you know, just go to deep web and buy drugs. No. But yes, in case you do happen to be residing in, you know, in countries or regions, you know, where you know, where, you know, internet censorship runs rampant, you might you know, go search the deep web and try to buy something like a SIM, you know, like a SIM card, or a VPN, you know, in order to regain your internet freedom, or your freedom of information, freedom of speech. Yes, and you might also be able to acquire certain, you know, well, I'm not saying, you know, well, I don't, you know, precisely, you know, mean to say something contraband, or, you know, but indeed you can get something like, you know, like a SIM, you know, a SIM card that does not need real names, verifications, so that you can create certain social media accounts anonymously, in case you don't like to disclose or expose your true identity to those prying eyes who tend to to lurk in the dark, trying to hurt you, trying to bring shame, or destruction onto you. So yes, so it's definitely worth it to learn more about deep web, even the dark web. Sometimes it's always you shall always stand to reap the benefits of learning more about deep web. And on some occasions, dark web can come extremely handy in case you do happen to be residing in cyber restrictive countries like China, Iran, or Pakistan, or those countries or regions that that enforce internet censorship. Yes, internet or mass media censorship. Yeah, but I suppose nowadays due to the ongoing COVID shite, pretty much each and every regime throughout the whole globe has already implemented some sort of censorship legislations or measures in place. So yes, so yes, so as a result, I highly suggest that as a man, as a guy, we all need to learn more about deep web and learn more about cyber security. As as technology and especially web technology, cloud computing, and big data never cease to evolve over time. Yeah. So I hope you have found this video useful, or if not fun overall. So well, let's hope that this video won't get a community guideline strikes, since I just taught you something that YouTube might not like. So so in any regard, thank you very much for watching and listening to this video as always, and also a huge thank you to to all of my most beloved and my most beloved patrons. In particular, Andrew, you have my thanks for at least choosing to continue pledging to continue making a pledge to my Patreon page, and I shall strive to continue to produce more useful, if not fun, contents, in order to to return the favor, to scratch the back, to scratch the itchy backs of you guys, in a highly reciprocal manner. Yeah. So thank you very much again, and again, I hope you guys, all of you guys, are having an enjoyable, highly pleasant, if not overall fulfilling Chinese New Year holidays in your respective countries or regions. No matter where you are, no matter your current circumstance, no matter how shitty or how high you are currently feeling right now at this very moment. So yeah, so if God willing, I hope to see you guys next time on YouTube. So yeah, so I suppose I should call it a day for now. So take care, stay safe, have faith, remain steadfast, hold the line, and stay tuned. And until next time, au revoir. Cheers.